Welcome back to Hopes and Partners. Let's play some more Europa Universalis IV. We're of course playing as Mulhouse. We're going for the Everything is Coming Up Mulhouse achievement. We have to become Emperor of the HRE, which we should start working on soon. And we have to fully decentralize that empire. We are in two wars because of a bit of a pivot that I did, which some might consider to be a bit silly. I vassalized silly, assuming that because it's relatively far away from the rest of the HRE, it wouldn't be a big problem aggressive expansion-wise. Turns out it's still annoyed a bunch of people, although aggressive expansion dropage is so great that this is actually looking okay-ish again, which is impressive. How much are we dropping? 5.6 yearly, that's very, very good. So the reason that's a pivot is that I had planned to, well, take Würzburg here, or land from Würzburg, both of those provinces, Würzburg and Bamberg, and then just hide that coring. But because of the aggressive expansion, I'm considering doing the opposite, or the opposite? No, but, going a different way. And taking Frankfurt from Mainz. Which actually wouldn't annoy anybody, really. Now, Frankfurt is just so much more useful to us than Bamberg or Würzburg are, because it is a center of trade in my trade node. It is in my trade node, right? Yeah, straight up in my trade node. So that's going to be pretty excellent. It's paper production, which monopolies and all is still going to be very nice. It's fully developed. It's just very good. And Würzburg and Bamberg, I mean, that's together, that's what, 35 development. Frankfurt is 24, so it's a bit less aggressive expansion, but it's a more powerful place to have. And then I guess we just come back for these filthy Protestants. That's probably something along the lines of what we're going to do. That means I probably want to peace out here as soon as possible. Maybe I should peace out now. Because we have a ticking timer here because of call for peace that's going to come up with the other war. And we need to finish our coring in that time. Actually, yeah, I think I take Frankfurt and leave. Annoy not people for a real coalition. We can even do some... I mean, I could take Aschaffenburg too, but then that would probably annoy some more people. Yes. And that's still not something I'm looking for. It's a coalition that I might be able to beat at this point. The only powerful person in there is Austria, but that's a lot of minus. I probably should not be doing that. But this is fine. And then you can pay me... well, not transfer trade power, but you can pay me war reps. And... I guess money. This whole thing with the as much they're willing to give, it doesn't work. They said they changed it in the patch, but it just doesn't work. Okay, we do this. We are fine coalition-wise. We get some money, get Frankfurt, and then we quickly core that. Yeah, I dig it. Now, I could be looking to separate peace out, like, people first. Who else is in this war? Brunswick? Poland and Saxony. Yeah, the Poles... we already beat them up earlier. They're not actually interested in peace right now. I have subjects out here that could do things, but I don't think that's worth it. And Brunswick... not Brandenburg. Brunswick. Oh, Braunschweig. Yeah, I know. It'll be fine. I think an early peace here is good. Demand. Blah. Core. Now it's gonna take a year and a half. So we will probably get core for peace for a bit, but that's just gonna have to be that. We can convert Urach, and we should. We do not have the edict on, so let's do that real quick. No, not defensive. Enforce unity. Probably not worth actually doing this. We're paying now for it, and we only shaved off a month. So that's probably a mistake. Yeah, that caused some unrest. That's fine. I can bring my armies home into somewhere. Let's go here first. And then we're probably gonna have to split them up for attrition's sake. And what else? I think we're gonna have to, well, can't do it at war, but very soon, annex some of our subjects. They mostly love us except for Silly, and Silly is just fresh, so we can't do that. I think everybody else can already be annexed. Let's quickly talk to the 3 leagues. Check if that's possible. Yes. Not quite the opinion, but otherwise, that's fine. The reason that's important, well, multiple reasons. For one, we are currently losing dip because we're over our relations limit with all those vassals. For another, I kind of want to ally what's left of the Schwabian city-states, which is Ulm, and I assume Memmingen too? Memmingen? Yep. And Augsburg. Because with the next step in our mission tree here, Schwabian Liberty, all my Schwabian allies will be given the choice of joining me. We still need to fight Austria once for it, but I want to be prepared for that. I think it even means that do I not have a subject to improve with? Apparently not. Lawrence is not finding a target. Then talk to outrage people. What was I trying to say? Oh, we just finished building a treasury. I will take that inflation reduction, I think. We have some, yeah. And then manufacturers, we're still a few off. We have 8. Yeah. And then we'll soon hit that acquire subject button and integrate all of them and try to time it in such a way that we annex them all at the same time, so we don't have issues with the debuff from annexing subjects. That's a horrible temple. Still tempted to just build these cloth manufactories. Maybe I just should. Also, those wine workshops are probably a thing I should be doing. So just households, manpower, mint autonomy. No. I'm gonna build these 2. It will give me more money out of the monopolies. And it will also prepare me for the time where we don't have monopolies to deal with anymore. Merge y'all. Suppress. Somebody was a bit peeved, right? Yeah, Urach. Do this. Brandenburg wants military access, sure. And that's fine. All my black flag subjects coming home. And yeah, I don't want your peace. Go away. Need that core first. Because unfortunately my ally failed to stay emperor. Now I'm not sure. Once we become Swabia, I'm still hoping that that will automatically turn us into a monarchy. If that is not how that works, then we'll have to go one of the other 2 ways to do it. But also, we have to become an elector, right? In order to be able to be elected. I think electors are also electees. I think. Not 100% sure that's true. I'm gonna have to find out. Because becoming an elector is not nuts. And my empire mechanics are not up to snuff, really. I read up, by the way, on the League War, because I was a bit surprised when we want to declare on somebody. I don't know, was it Landshut maybe at the time? That it seemed like the whole Protestant League were willing to defend them, while on our side no league got called in. So I read up on the trigger condition on the League War. And at least the wiki says that it can only get triggered, at least if I read it correctly, by the Protestant side with the special CB. And that the League people would defend themselves, or the whole League would defend people in the League War when declared on. But it said in the League War, I believe. If they're already at war, they were not. So I don't know. But maybe that's the part I misunderstood. Maybe it's just that the League will defend each other against Catholics. Maybe that's how that works. Andreas Braunstein's military skill, +0. You have a very powerful leader. Gee. We're still focused on dip. I think that's still correct, right? Yeah, we might in time dip and ahead and everything else. I'm making claims on mines, which is fine. Useless? Useless. Let's come home from there. Let's instead consider claiming... Don't really want to claim any of you, because I want to ally you. Regensburg is a technical possibility. Although that's part of Bavaria, right? Yeah, it's not a core. Just a claim. Because I'm planning to vassalize Bavaria. To make use of all their cores. Could go for Nuremberg or Rothenburg, but all these free cities. What about Oberpfalz? Platten is not a free city. Build that spy network. Tons of uncontested claims. That's fine. Still not in for your peace, Würzburg. Just a bit longer. Almost there. Convert the heretics of Urach. Way too ahead of time to be useful on that innovativeness. We've done the math before. Not necessarily correctly, but we've done it. Still should consider accepting cultures at some point. Nothing to convert though. Quick check on the state edicts. Encourage development in East Swabia. We're gonna have to put down a bit of mill. And Donauwörth is, I guess, the best place to do it. And then Ingolstadt, which is its own state. East Swabia, no edict. Ingolstadt, encourage. Click. There we go. Come on. Oh, did we already core? No, never mind. I just missed that core construction thing. Next technology on the brink. But, is it? No, it should be the same one, right? Yes. Oh, because I just spent it. That's why it re-popped up. I just spent military 2 and went below the necessary amount for a second. Who's taking tech so far ahead of time? That's just a mistake. Why would you do that, AI? Still none of that core for pizza. Good, good, good. Now, what's my piece gonna be with Würzburg? It's unlikely to be for land. Although I will give that a quick... Nah, but all these almost 50s around there... Over 50s down there, yeah. Let's have a look. But I don't think something like this is an option. And it's not. Even Bamberg. It's closer. Bamberg would probably work with a yearly tick, because we're dropping so much AE. We could wait until December and then piece them out. But I think that's a waste. I think we just come back for it later. How's our truce to Bavaria looking? 96. Still some time. What about Austria though? 91. Ragusa, Hungary, Augsburg, Bavaria, Mantua and Saluzzo. Bavaria is slightly annoying in that. fact that they're all coming in is slightly annoying. But it's only, you know, numbers. I mean, it's okay numbers, but it's not nutty numbers. Obviously, I could find a way for 1 or 2 of these people not to be there. I should talk to these miners. Like Augsburg. Augsburg's most likely to let me break their thing. But also the least relevant, right? If I were to go and talk to Augsburg and say, hey, stop hating me so much, I want to ally you. That's not actually what I meant to say. I want to say great power actions, break alliance to the Austrians. I actually say no, because I don't have a CV. They still would say no, but okay, interesting. I think Austria is my next war. Would be nice if we could find a way without like Hungary or somebody. But we can't even man up, right? We are not at force limit at all. And we're coming up on tech 16. So cannons would be quite nice. How many cannons do I own? Wow, these armies are not particularly balanced. I have 20,000 cannons. And then I have 38 front row people. That's like 1 stack. I need to peace out. Whoops. I don't want Bamberg. Clear that off. I could make a short peace deal here so I can come back for the land. But I don't actually think I need to. There's enough to take. I'm gonna go force religion, war reps, trade power, and I guess ducats. Seems fine. Good. No call for peace gained. We were quick enough taking Frankfurt. Whew. Which does probably want to be a seat in parliament at some point. And immediately lose both of our claims on these guys. Interesting. I'm gonna remake them. But I also want to make a claim on Augsburg just in case I need the casus belli to break their alliance. And then we should consider eating our vassals. Everybody loves me but Silly, and Silly is the one we can't eat. Trier I don't want to eat, so I want to eat the 3 leagues, Brigands, and Magdeburg. Even with the religious issue that they have, I think I still take it. Now the question is, how big are y'all? Magdeburg has... Does it not tell me the development here? I thought it did. It's tech, corruption, ideas... No, none of that is total development. Can I see that here? No. Fine. So you have 10 and 19 development. And Chur has 6 and Brigands has 13. So we start with the integration of Magdeburg. Lose 50 admin, lose admin advisor, gain a full praise skill 2 tax guy. I don't like losing the tradition. What is my admin advisor? Any good? Missionary strength guy. Can't currently use him. It's only Stuttgart at the moment, although subjects... Well, I could actually use him to do some subject conversion in Koblenz, Halle, and Nassau. So I don't want to do Halle, because if I do Halle, then the center of Reformation is just going to come and redo it. Koblenz and Nassau seem doable. I'm just going to say preposterous. I'm going to lose my 5 tradition. It's fine. I'm going to start actually converting in my subjects. Starting with, I guess, Nassau. And then I'll start eating Magdeburg. I need one more guy. Let's come home from Silly for now. We don't need them to love me. I'm going to annex you, June 1592. And then if I start annexation of you, would be December 1591. Oh, okay. So it's half a year about to wait. So let's check back end of this year. Because we want them to be timed in such a way that they all get annexed at the same time, so we avoid stretching out the diplo annexation, diplo reputation negatives that you get from that. Get -3 diplo rep from annexing a subject for a while, like 30 years or something. And that's not something I'm looking forward to. So let's give that. Oh, we should. Oops. 2 things. Press the button and then check the numbers again. You're going to be done March 1592. If I did brigands, you would be done January. Okay, so 2 more months. Seal of Confession. Just gain diplo points. Definitely. It's only 10, but still. I think I still have another month, but quick double check. March 1592 and February 1592. Now I believe these are, no, they use monthly text, right? So if I now go to January, this should say March. And this still says March. So let's go ahead and the next brigands as well. And then let's quickly come back from over here and check on Chur. Oh, it's, oh no, August 1591. Okay. Just have some time on that. Sweden going for independence again. Is it the same time did we fight? I feel like we fought in a Swedish independence war on the Danish side before. I think I still have time, but October, yeah, that's like 6 more months or something. Very quick to annex A6 development subject, I guess. Very, very quick. Gonna check back again in May. It's probably still too early. But not you. December 1591, yeah. Still, you're still on March. Where'd you go? Oh, you're Memmingen. That explains a lot. Yeah. And sometimes this math has changed on me in the past, which is why I'm a bit paranoid about it. This is slightly annoying. Wait, France? Is this where I dropped my Bohemian Alliance? I liked my Bohemian Alliance. I hate losing the diplo rep from it. But France did come in. I have very little interest in fighting France. Very little interest. Plus losing the French alliance. They only have 48,000 soldiers right now, but I really don't wanna. And that's gonna be fought on my terrain, right? If I accept here, this war's gonna be fought on my turf. Could also be fighting Milan. It's not a huge problem, but it's also not really the place I want to be in. I may have to lose that Diplo rep here. Milan has not come in yet. Just say it will protect them, but I'm gonna give it a bit of time. Let's see how this develops. The other issue, except for the war with France, is that I want to start the annexation at the right time here. It's not quite the right time yet. And we can't do that while at war. Let's wait for the monthly tick. See if Milan came in. No. I don't think I can accept this. Let's check our government reform. Something nicer. Cheaper advisors, meh. Minimum autonomy in territories. Right now we don't do nothing. But we get closer to that cap. So in theory it could do things. We just get a max promoted culture. We have not promoted any cultures just yet. Like none. We have 8 slots. I don't need that. So this is the only one that does something right now, but it's only a bit of money. And this has potential future gains. Maybe. I'm gonna do this one. And I think I'm gonna let this call to arms run out. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to then check again on the integration numbers because we lose a Diplo rep, which changed the speed at which stuff is integrated. So how's Milan doing? Yeah, Milan did not join, but France is just not. So I lose an ally either way, and I have the choice of losing a Diplo rep or fighting a war against France. And I'm pretty sure losing a Diplo rep for a time is not as bad. March 92. But then again, this is going to change in a second when I refuse. Right? Might change. Nah, I'm declining. I'm not checking back. April 92. Brigands is on still in March 92. And April 92. Yeah, screwed up my timing a bit, but only by like a month. I think that'll be okay. I just saw a comet symbol hover over, appear over my zero morale army. That would have been very scary. Should everybody come in and fight? Saluzzo. That's a different war. But it might get you to the point where you don't feel like defending the Austrians, which would be nice. Converted Nassau to Catholic. Nito. I think we're gonna hit the... where is it? It's my money button. There, mercantilism. How are we doing on that anyway? Should be getting close to 100. 75%. Pretty good, I would say. Do we have rivals? No. Oh, and we can choose. Pretty sure Milan is a good choice here. They're the Emperor right now, but they're also evil. Yeah, I'm gonna rival Milan. And embargo them if I have a diplomat, which I do not. Let's go to speed 5 a bit. Truce to Austria has ended. And I will deal with all that in a minute. Still don't think I want this. Give me a rival against Austria. Yep. Everybody go over. Fudge up those Bohemians. They annoyed me. Shame we couldn't use our favors with them before they did that. Why did they have to attack French allies? For Opoly? What is even an Opole? Must be somewhere around here. Opole. That's the... Oh. Didn't even realize you had a place inside you that was not you. Huh. Schlesien. One integration, which happened in February. Why? This integration math is not quite to be believed. 3 leagues. And then like so. There we go. Yoink. Now we did get -3 diplomat 3 times, but I believe, yeah, you only get it once. It just extends the timer back to 30 years. 20 years? 20 years apparently. That's why I want the timing to be as close as possible there. I should also have already done the conversion of Koblenz. Military access from Saxony. Still a bit annoyed by the pop-up, but that's fine. And then we should check on that Austrian war. And then put a cut in here. Gonna make a claim on Augsburg. Come home. I also kind of want to ally Augsburg. I mean, I do want to ally Augsburg. Declare war on Austria. Currently, everybody's happy to be in there, but Saluzzo is almost out. Everybody else is glad to be here. Alright, we're gonna have to check back on Saluzzo next episode. For now, though, I want to ally Ulm, who hates the... Oh, people don't like the annexation of members of the whole Roman Empire, apparently. And that only drops down at half speed, too. Interesting. Let's go ahead and improve relations with Ulm and Augsburg and Memmingen. Because I want all of them to be my allies. And then next episode we're going to consider a war against the Austrian. Oh, hello. Can't even walk down there. It's fine. Until then, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like what you're seeing, as always, please hit that like button, subscribe if you're not subscribed yet, and anything you want to say, you can do that in that comment section, and I'll even read and respond to it. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys next time.